Earlier this week, we told you about the clothing line loaning women outfits if they're running for office. It's an effort to help female candidates enter and stay in political races. But you don't have to be running for office in order to get help like this. Organizations like Dress for Success already help women by giving them clothes for job interviews. Now, women will need two things before they can get help. First, an agency needs to refer them to Dress for Success, and women also need to already have a job interview set up. Now, once they go to Dress for Success, they get tips on what to wear to a job interview, how to style themselves, and most importantly, tips for that interview. Now, they get to pick out their own clothes, and people at Dress for Success say the clothes aren't just about looking professional.
We really look to give a woman back her confidence, back her pride. We really seek to give women a sense of well-being.
Now, if a woman gets a job offer, Dress for Success will give them a week's worth of clothes for free. And if they don't get an offer, they'll get more tips and training for their job search. Some libraries are also another resource for job interview outfits. New York's Public Library loans ties and handbags to anybody with a library card. Columbia University also has what's called a clothing closet where students can reserve and borrow suits. And Goodwill has career connection centers where they give professional clothes to those who need it. Well, poverty does continue to be an issue for millions of Americans. And on Monday, we're going to take you to a tiny town in Mississippi where they know this problem all too well. How they're trying to create a way for people to make money while also getting a proper diet.
We have a fantastic looking weekend coming our way. It's going to be dry, a lot of sunshine again tomorrow, and those high temperatures going to be right around 50 degrees. As we get into Monday, that's when the rain returns to the area, but temperatures still are going to be warm enough that it's all rain for us. As we get into Tuesday, the rain showers move out, and it's Wednesday by the middle of next week where temperatures turn cold once again. Thanks for joining us here on the Now Indy. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
I see why people were scared and didn't want to do it, but something just clicked in my head.
Now at 6, an emotional story from two Good Samaritans who rushed into a raging inferno to save a truck driver's life.
Firefighters spend every day protecting our lives, but their job may be putting their health at risk. How one fire department is trying to protect current and future firefighters.
And we can't expect a teacher to do everything, and they're certainly not equipped and trained to do everything.
Child advocates, parents, and teachers are all talking about our special investigation into teacher injuries. Tonight, we're looking at how to solve this problem.
This is where temperatures are headed tomorrow, but wait until you see Sunday.
It's 70 east on the highway. There's a fire and it's blazing and something just blew up. There's a bunch of black smoke and flames everywhere.
Just released today, that dramatic 911 call moments after a tanker truck overturned and exploded on a ramp going from I-465 to I-70 on Indianapolis's east side. Those flames being fed by jet fuel seen for miles. Amazingly, that ramp is back open to traffic tonight after fire absolutely charred it. And even more amazing, the bravery of complete strangers to jump in and help rescue the driver from the burning tanker truck.
Amazing. And tonight, RTV6's Megan Sanctorum brings us the inspiring stories from two of those Good Samaritans who show us that sometimes being a hero is just about being a human first.
This is the dramatic footage from Thursday's crash. A jet fuel tanker split and overturned.
The whole thing is just engulfed. You couldn't even see the semi anymore. It was just fire.
A terrifying scene during an emotional week. Holly McNally had just given birth to a baby boy who's currently in the NICU. She tells us she was on her way home from the hospital for the first time since Monday when she had her baby. That's when they came across a terrible crash. She saw the black smoke and knew she had to help.
Then you see a man run out of the smoke, and he was on fire. And I said, "Mom, I'm going." And she says, "No, please don't." And I took off.
She says adrenaline kicked in. Another man ran toward the flames as well, hoping to save the driver.
He got on one side, his right side, I got on his left side, and we started walking away, and I am seeing and hearing a gush of liquid coming around us. And I asked what he was hauling, and he said jet fuel. And that's when I was like, you know, you guys, we have seconds to get out of here. I was like, we have to move. We have to keep moving as fast as we can.
She was right. She says they escaped less than a minute before an explosion.
It was a matter of, I'm not going to let him pass away because I just had a baby. You know what I mean? This is somebody's baby. He could be a daddy. Nobody, and I didn't want to see a life taken.
I said, I'm going to get you out. I don't know how, but the whole flame was inside. We were inside of that flame. Nobody saw us. As I was coming out, everybody was saying I was a hero. I said, no, I was a human first.
Motherly instinct, I guess. Humanity, human instinct. Just seeing somebody in need of help.
And in this case, there were two. So regardless of whether you call them heroes or human, both say they would do it again in a heartbeat.
It makes you feel good. I feel good. You know what I mean? I'm happy. He's here to see his family.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
Amazing stories there. The truck driver, 59-year-old Jeffrey Denman of Brownsburg, is still in critical condition at Eskenazi Hospital. But the trucking company that employs Denman says he is improving. The company, Jetstar Incorporated, released this statement. They say, quote, "We would like to thank everyone for the amazing outpouring of support, prayers, and concern for our driver, Jeffrey Duke Denman, following yesterday's tragedy involving one of our trucks on the east side of Indianapolis. We are grateful that no one else was injured or involved. We would also like to offer a heartfelt thank you to the brave Good Samaritans that rushed to aid our driver and help him escape from further harm," end quote.
Right now, the left lane is closed on that overpass from I-465 southbound to I-70 eastbound after yesterday's tanker crash. But the other lanes of that bridge are open. The left lane will be closed until at least tomorrow afternoon, and that's because earlier INDOT spent time repairing the guardrail and barrier wall from the crash. INDOT will be doing a precautionary friction test to see how and if the heat will affect the concrete. And yes, officials have determined that overpass is structurally sound after fire scorched it. This is a picture that INDOT East Central tweeted out. It's an overhead shot showing what the overpass looked like yesterday, right after firefighters put out all the flames. Again, that's all been cleaned up and the bridge is open to traffic. And right now on the RTV6 Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages, we have made a video that shows the human emotion of yesterday's tanker explosion. We have borrowed a line from one of those Good Samaritans, Mitch Navarre, who said he was a human first, which led him to help rescue the driver. So we have developed the hashtag human first. You can use it to spread his positive message. Check out the video on one of RTV6's social media platforms.
The cancer rate in firefighters is very high, and it's dangerous, and as everybody knows, cancer is obviously just a terrible thing.
Firefighters risk their lives daily protecting the community, as we just saw in yesterday's crash. They had to rush to that scene and deal with thick smoke and a heavy fire, but their job is unfortunately putting their own health and future at risk. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is finding out tonight how one local fire department is taking steps to protect current and future members.
20 years ago when I started on the job, that wouldn't have bothered me. I would have gave it no thought.
At first glance, this looks like a towel covered in dirt.
But now you never know what smoke particles that came from or what the cause of that dirt was.
Fire Chief Brandon Klein with the Sugar Creek Township Fire Department in New Palestine says it's the unknowns that can get firefighters in trouble. He's using a new donated device called an ultrasonic cleanser that helps remove carcinogens.
Our masks are one of the things, carries the most contaminants. It goes here on our jawline. It really is a place where a lot of smoke and soot will settle.
But it's not the only step the department that serves about 20,000 people in Hancock County is taking to clean contaminants from their protective gear. This is what they call a gross decon. On each fire engine, they have a hose and they're able to scrub off the gear before getting back inside.
We can even dry our hose in there.
At the station, they can then wash their gear and place it in this gear dryer, a piece of equipment they say most fire departments don't have.
Gear used to be washed and dried the following day after a fire. Well, now we can do it that day and have it back in service in 2 hours.
Lieutenant Tony Bratcher says the department has had 2 members with cancer, one former and one current. He says these are important steps to take to make the job safer.
My kid is 7 years old and he thinks the sun rises and sets in firefighters. So, knowing that my kid wants to do this job, I think it's paramount to make sure that we make these changes now.
Grant money is also helping them purchase new filtering hoods to better protect firefighters. Proof that they say they aren't in this fight alone. It's a community effort. Working for you in New Palestine, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
And the ultrasonic cleanser was donated by 1-800-BOARD-UP, a company that provides victim assistance after emergencies. The director of emergency service is a current Indianapolis firefighter who says they will be donating the devices to 13 other local departments.
Temperatures started in the teens or colder this morning, so we've made some progress. Temperatures have jumped into the 30s, 34 in the metro area. Wind out of the southwest, that is the key, not only to warmer temperatures tonight, but what happens over the weekend. Sun does not set until 6:28. We'll get another look to the west here in a second. It's all about the wind direction. We had that cold north wind and northwest wind over the last 48 hours, but a different story now. That will slowly transport the warmer temperatures into the region, just making it to the freezing mark. But keep in mind, you started at around 10 degrees this morning, anywhere from Logansport to Marion. To the south, almost to 40 degrees. That's a goal for tomorrow, which we'll have no problem attaining. As you look west from Putnam County, you see a spotless, clear sky. It will stay that way tonight. Now, we'll still be cold in the morning, but not as cold. That's one way to put it. Temperature of around 20 degrees. Let's talk about what's still ahead. Warmer weekend temperatures. We'll talk about how much warmer, when the rain returns to the state, and the pattern change for next week.
A Call 6 investigation into teachers injured in Indiana classrooms is prompting a lot of reaction tonight. We're hearing from parents, school staff, and child advocates who all agree more needs to be done to improve safety in the classroom, not just for teachers, but for students as well. Our Kara Kenny explains why the solutions may not be what you may think.
Nearly 500 people have responded to our survey just since yesterday. Students and parents and teachers are telling us 77% have witnessed a student assault a teacher. And when we ask what is to blame for this problem, 54% say it's lack of consequences for students, and 29% say it's poor parenting. We took our findings to child advocates who say it's just not that simple.
People are talking about a Call 6 investigation that exposed hundreds of teachers injured in the classroom. We told you about Hannah Moody, a teacher who lost her hearing because of a student outburst. She quit the profession as a result.
I'm also so happy that someone is at least looking into this and investigating, because it is such a big problem.
We introduced you to parents like Erica Hahn, whose son has assaulted teachers.
We're fighting for our kids. We all want the same thing, right?
We showed our story to Kim Dodson with the ARC of Indiana, an organization that advocates for children with disabilities.
What is that like as a mom?
Your reaction or response to our story?
I don't think it's surprising. Unfortunately, I think our children today, our students, are dealing with a lot more issues at home, whether it's a disability or not.
It's evident from Facebook and our survey. Many people blame lack of consequences and bad parenting.
I think that's horrible. I think for any parent to judge another parent because of the actions of a student is just horrible. You never know what's going on in a person's life.
Data we found shows the majority of teacher injuries involving students are students with special needs.
But it could be as simple as too much stimulation, right? There's something in the environment that is overstimulating them, whether it's the lights or the, just the atmosphere of the room, the sounds.
Dodson says schools need behavior plans in place.
They also need to learn de-escalation techniques. There are so many times that you can watch a child and you can see the anxiety building. You know that an outburst is coming.
Dodson says universities also need to teach future teachers about special needs and student outbursts. Plus, she says all public schools should offer applied behavior analysis therapy, which especially helps students with autism.
If we can get schools working with ABA therapists in their community, allowing them to come into the school, into the classroom, which is not allowed in every public school system for whatever reason, that would go a long way in helping a lot of these issues not even come to the surface.
The ARC of Indiana also supports cameras in special needs classrooms, something most Indiana classrooms do not have.
It helps protect everybody involved, right? The teachers as well as the students.
Our story focused on injuries at public schools, but many parents with special needs students send them to schools designed for children with disabilities.
It goes against everything that we've been, taught over the last few years, because we know that, people with disabilities thrive when they're around people without disabilities.
We plan to share this story with state lawmakers to find out what they plan to do about this issue. I'm Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny.
And you can still take our classroom survey. We do want to hear from you. Just go to this story in the RTV6 app and at theindychannel.com.
We now know why federal and local authorities descended on a Carmel neighborhood. Federal investigators say they went to the Huntington Chase subdivision in Carmel Thursday to arrest 32-year-old Tuong Quoc Ho. The United States Attorney's Office says Ho and other overseas allegedly got their hands on personal information for hundreds of people in the U.S. and other countries. Investigators say this information was then used to open PayPal and eBay accounts. Ho allegedly linked his personal bank accounts to over 500 PayPal accounts to receive and transfer money. The federal indictment says that Ho used the eBay accounts to advertise and sell items that were purchased with stolen credit card information. The incident says proceeds from eBay sales totaled more than $2 million.
Today's the deadline for residents of the I-70 mobile home park on the southwest side to leave the property for good. This is happening 6 months after people living there reached out to RTV6 for help. In August, those residents were given a notice they had to vacate the mobile home park within 60 days. Well, that's when RTV6 went to work, leading to the Indiana Attorney General filing a lawsuit against the landowners. That meant residents were compensated or given the title to their homes, and they also got an extension to move out of the I-70 mobile home park. Again, that deadline is today, months after they were originally ordered to leave. But this situation still isn't easy for the people who called the I-70 mobile home park home.
It's overwhelming, that's for sure. I mean, I'm 65 years old, you're stable, you got a place, and then you're uprooted, and nobody in town will let us even rent, because we cannot get a 12-month rent thing saying that we have paid our rent for 12 months. We can't find a house nowhere through no realtor or anything, and it's hurting everybody.
Vicki Pecklet says that when she moved to the I-70 mobile home park 6 years ago, she thought she would be there for the rest of her life.
Well, sunshine, obviously welcome to see. That's the way we end the work week. Come on over here. Let me show you what's going to happen with our temperatures. We'll be above average for a while, but then pattern turns a bit colder. Talk about all these changes coming up.
Visit ChooseYourChevy.com.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
This is a big area of high pressure, which ensures a dry weekend. Our chance for rain will increase toward midnight, it looks like, on Sunday night into early next week. But look at what it's done to cloud cover. We've got clear skies from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico, and that area of high pressure responsible for that. Why did I zoom to the southwest? You see this plume of moisture coming in. That will become part of our rain chance, and this little spin off the southwest coast of California will become the storm system that brings some rain our way very late Sunday and more likely Monday. Temperatures over the weekend, thanks to that wind shift out of the southwest, will warm up. 49 tomorrow. Temperatures should be in the low 50s on Sunday. On Sunday, we'll see an increase in the cloud cover as we go through the day, but again, staying dry, and the rain would arrive first in southwest Indiana, but probably not until after 11. This is Sunday, 11 o'clock. There's the leading edge of the cloud cover, the leading edge of the rain sitting down toward Vincennes. Put this in motion overnight and into the morning hours Monday. Rain chances increasing, especially southern half of the state. That's all down the road a little bit. Let's enjoy where we're at. Another view, let me make it more beautiful and get out of the way. Greencastle, Putnam County. Temperatures, they're falling into the 20s again tonight with these clear skies, but will warm up nicely. Another sun-filled day on the way tomorrow. 36 in Bedford, 2 degrees warmer in Sullivan. Temperatures from Peru to Tipton in the lower 30s during the day tomorrow. By the time we get to noon, 41 degrees. Afternoon highs close to, but probably not above the 50-degree mark. But all that comes with sunshine. Enjoy that. These temperatures about 8 degrees above average for this time of year. Sunday, the increase in cloud cover will first come at the mid mid and high levels just kind of tone down the sunshine a little bit. Temperature above 50 degrees. That wind out of the south and strong during the day Sunday. That pulls the warmer air our way, gusting over 20 miles per hour. Sunday temperatures pretty consistently at 50 or a little above. What happens early next week? We've got the rain that returns on Monday, 45 degrees, 46 with a chance of showers on Tuesday. I'll point out in the middle of next week, temperatures started to come down enough that a rain-snow mix and 38 degrees expected. Lower 30s for highs, about 10 degrees below average next Thursday and Friday.
Sunday is looking great. That temperature keeps climbing.
It'll be nice.
All right, thanks, Kevin.
All right, Dave First is here. Hey, Dave.
Guys, thanks. Week 11 of Hoosier Hoop Hysteria tonight. We're starting things off here at Monrovia High School. There's conference championships on the line, and here's the scary thing. In a couple weeks, we'll be talking about sectionals, if you can believe that. Kyle Swafford now in his 4th season here at Monrovia. Great ball club. You guys have won 6 of the last 7. Got Lebanon tonight. You haven't played Lebanon in a long, long time.
It's been a long time. We're glad to have them back on the schedule, and they're a really good team, and it'll be a really big challenge for us tonight, so we're looking forward to it.
There is still an outside shot for you guys to win the conference championship. Need some help, but you never know what's going to happen. So
yeah, last year we helped Ritter out on the last night. So this year, you know, we're rooting for Triton Central. So hopefully they can come through, and if not, you know, Beech Grove's a great team, and they deserve it. They've earned it.
Absolutely. All right, so you've got some guests once again. Introduce everybody.
I do. I got Blake here. He's my 3rd grade son, and then I got Chase, my 6th grader. So they eat, breathe, and sleep basketball. And as a coach's son, how you know, it can't get any better than that.
Now, Blake, I know this weekend, tomorrow, is it tomorrow or Sunday? Sunday, the Indy Hoops League, they're playing for the championship. And in the interest of transparency, these guys beat my 3rd grade team last Sunday. You guys hammered us pretty good. You were really good, young man.
Thanks.
So you practice all the time, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a coach's son. You got, and you do too, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Eat, breathe, sleep, everything, basketball, right?
It's just part of it.
What's that? You got what?
He practiced more than me because I play baseball too.
Oh, you play baseball too, man. You guys have it all going here, don't you?
It could be worse. I'll say that.
It could be worse.
So
here's the thing: postseason's going to be here before you know it.
Yes.
Are you guys tourney ready? You think at this point?
I think so. I think our resume looks good up to this point, and it's a fun time of year. We can always keep improving, and our kids know that. But we're excited about the draw. We're excited about ending the year on Tuesday, and then looking forward to the postseason, the sectional.
They're led by a bunch of guys on this team. Josh Smith is one of them, though. It does a great job. Just committed to Stetson last week, right?
Yeah, Josh is going to Stetson and down in Florida, and there's palm trees and a lot of sun down there. And I think it's going to be a great fit for Josh. Yeah. But he's still got some work left to be done here.
All right. Thanks for coming by. Good luck on Sunday, okay, young man? Good luck to you this weekend. Good luck to you tonight, all right?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
They got a big one. Lebanon in town tonight. Scores and highlights, Week 11. Hoosier Hoop Hysteria tonight on the news at 11. So the news at 6 continues after this.
Promotion for just $259 a month.
Welcome back. Today's RTV6 photo of the day comes to us from Megan Lewis.
These are her goats, Jake and Elwood, smiling big for the camera in Clayton, Indiana, in Hendricks County, by the way.
Look at those kids.
Those kids. Their names seem to be a nod to the film The Blues Brothers. John Belushi as Jake and Dan Aykroyd as Elwood.
These goats are so cute. Thanks to Megan Lewis for sending in this awesome photo. Puts a smile on your face.
It does put a smile. So send us your photo of the day. Email it to news@wrtv.com. If we select your picture, we'll air it on the news at 6. Again, that email, news@wrtv.com.
I got to hang out with some sheep today.
Yeah, you did.
At the Purdue farm.
Not a bad day to end the week.
It was very fun.
Nice. Jake and Elwood and even you enjoying a beautiful sunset this evening. Not a cloud in the sky. Now, I got to share this with you. A little commercial break fitness. Javon is in the foreground, and he was visiting during the 5 o'clock hour. I found out he was a personal trainer, so I said, well, you got to check my plank form. He said it's excellent.
He checked it and took a video of it.
He also cropped us out completely.
Great form. See you back here at 7.